Donald Trump currently being the president just proves that anyone can achieve their dreams, even if their only qualifications are being loud, narcissistic, and against the Constitution. Yeah, that's right. Trump continues his insanity, and now Donald Trump's war against the Constitution has just escalated. And this is a total disaster. How's it going? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as Trump continues down the path of depravity, more and more Americans are growing sick of Trump's antics. In fact, recent polling has just revealed that Trump's approval rating has massively declined in only 2 months.
Trump's net approval rating, look at this. It's a huge slide in it. In early February, it was plus 6 points. Then you go to late February, plus 2 points. Then you go to March, it's even. And look at this massive jump from late March to now, minus 6 points. That's a 6-point drop in less than a month. And why is that occurring? It is because of the tariff war. The voters are punishing Donald Trump in one of his best polls, which now, even that best poll, is a negative poll for Donald Trump.
Well, it seems that the low approval rating is well-deserved, because recently Trump sat down with the president of El Salvador, and he was asked about the recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling which determined that Trump's administration needed to bring back the man illegally deported to the El Salvador prison. This is just some of that bizarre exchange.
I asked President Bukele, can President Bukele weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm supposed you're not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right? How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, I mean, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
So you could release him inside El Salvador?
Yeah, but I'm not releasing, I mean, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. I mean, we just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into the releasing criminals so we can go back to being the murder capital of the world? No, that's not going to happen.
Well, they'd love to have a criminal, released into
I mean, there's a fascination.
They would love it.
Yeah.
They're sick. These are sick people.
But if you think that's bad, it's honestly nothing compared to Trump's growing war against the Constitution. That's right, the moment you've all been waiting for, as Trump has dropped a bombshell on America and has exposed even further his total disregard for the Constitution. Trump was asked by a reporter whether or not he was serious about intending to send U.S. citizens to an El Salvador prison. This is Trump's response.
Does that include potentially U.S. citizens, fully naturalized Americans?
If they're criminals and if they hit people with baseball bats over their head that happen to be 90 years old, and if they 87-year-old women in Coney Island, Brooklyn, yeah, that includes them. What, do you think there's a special category of person? They're as bad as anybody that comes in. We have bad ones too. And I'm all for it. Because we can do things with the president for less money and have great security. And we have a huge prison population. We have a huge number of prisons, and then we have the private prisons, and some are operated well, I guess, and some aren't. But he does a great job with that. We have others that we're negotiating with too. But no, if it's a homegrown criminal, I have no problem. Now, we're studying the laws right now. Pam is studying. If we can do that, that's good.
Yeah, well, they better study the laws better, because the Constitution is abundantly clear. U.S. citizens cannot be deported even if they commit crimes. In fact, a law professor said the Constitution is clear on this issue. Being a citizen matters, he says. The Supreme Court says we should understand the Constitution in its original terms, and being a citizen means this is your country. We don't allow the government to throw people out. So that is incredibly concerning, yeah. But even worse, Trump was caught on video talking to the president of El Salvador and specifically remarking how the next target is homegrowns, meaning U.S. citizens are next.
The mandate, the people wanted to change everything, and they wanted. They love you. They love what you do. I'm not
I want him to do, for homegrown criminals next. Yeah. I said, homegrowns are next. The homegrowns, you got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair. All right?
So this should be concerning for everybody. First, that Maryland man that was illegally deported, he was here legally. Trump still illegally sent him to an El Salvador prison, and the administration admits this was a mistake. The Supreme Court has unanimously ordered that this man be returned. Trump refuses and continues to refuse, and now he wants to do the same to US citizens. This is concerning, this is terrifying, and this should have everybody worried sick. This is not making America great again. All Trump is doing is making America afraid again.